is up, guys? It is CMB Sports Talk here, back with a new video. Now there's some breaking news. Carson Wentz just got traded to the Colts. Now in this trade, the Eagles are going to receive a 2021 third round pick and a 2022 second round pick that could possibly turn into a first round pick. And then the Colts receive Carson Wentz. Now, what I want you guys to think about before I go into my opinion about this is what might be good and bad for the Colts and what might be good and bad for the Eagles for this trade. Alright, so as you guys already know, Carson Wentz got traded to the Colts, and I'm going to talk about right now some of the pros for the Eagles. Now, some pros for the Eagles trading him to the Colts is Carson Wentz didn't have a good season this year, and if they kept him on the Eagles, I don't know, he might keep just not doing that good, and he might turn into their backup. So it might just be good to trade him away. Maybe he'll have a chance to do good on another team. Another thing is injuries. He has a lot of injuries while he was on the Eagles, and that's just not really that good. You don't want your starting quarterback to just be getting injured all the time, having to put up your backup. But our backup isn't that bad. Jalen Hurts, he had a pretty good rookie season. Not like the best, obviously, but he didn't do bad. And Carson Wentz is not that great of a coachable player, and you always want a coachable player on your team. You want to be able to just give your player feedback. He'll listen to you and just try their hardest to fix whatever they're not doing that good, and then always be working on plays and trying to make your team the best it can be. Even if Carson Wentz rebounded back this year, it probably won't even be good enough to contend for a title, just because I don't know, I feel like Carson Wentz had his prime. He's not gonna be his 2017 his 2017 self. I mean, that was in the past. This is now. He's probably not going to be that good anymore, especially with all the injuries that he's had. And we are paying him a lot, so if we trade him, that'll get a lot of money off of our salary cap. And Carson Wentz tends to just get sacked a lot. If the pressure comes onto him, he won't try. He's not that good at scrambling, so he'll just take the sack, and that's not good because that can always lead to a fumble. And if the pressure is getting to him fast, because the Eagles had a very badly injured O-line this season, which wasn't good for Carson Wentz. That means that the pressure would get to him fast and he would get sacked. And that can also mean that he has to make a decision fast and throw the ball faster, make decisions faster, which can lead to more inaccurate passes. And he had a lot of interceptions this season. And as I already said, Hurts had a pretty good rookie season, so we could honestly base our he could be our new franchise quarterback. We could base it off of him and just start fresh. That can always be a good thing. And in my opinion, it's good to trade Carson Wentz away now rather than later, because if we trade him now, we could get better results. And as we did, we got some okay picks, but if we keep him, try to see if he's better next season, and then he might not be, and then trade him away later, well, teams are going to see that he didn't bounce back, he didn't do as well, so they're not going to give us a better trade. And Carson Wentz is not that good of a team leader. And yeah, so let's look at some cons for him. So some bad things about trading Carson Wentz away, in my opinion, is that he could just go thrive somewhere else to Colts, because we traded him to the Colts. He could go thrive in the Colts offense. I mean, honestly, I think the Colts offense is pretty good for him, but we will get into that later when we look at why it might be good and bad for Carson Wentz to go to the Colts. And another thing is he probably won't be as bad as last year if he goes to the Colts. Our O-line was injured. Our wide receivers were injured. We just had a lot of injuries on the Eagles. So going to the Colts, their O-line will be better than he had on the Eagles last year. And their wide receivers are better than we had last year because all of our wide receivers just kept getting injured. And we might struggle to find a replacement. We have Jalen Hurts, but then we need to get a backup for. Alright, so we just went over the good and bad reasons why it was good and bad for the Eagles to trade away Carson Wentz to the Colts, and now we're gonna look at some good and bad things for why it for the Colts. So some pros. A lot of them were just the cons of the Eagles, and so some of the pros are, so their offense is based off to get the ball off quicker or throw the ball faster. And basically that's good for Carson Wentz because he tends to get sacked a lot because he doesn't scramble out and try to throw the ball after he scrambles or run for a first down. He tends to just take the sack, which isn't good. But with the Colts offense, first of all, he's gonna have a better O-line since the Eagles O-line was injured. Or a lot of it was injured last year. So he's gonna have a better O-line. That means probably less pressure getting to him. And based off of their offense, he's gonna be able to throw the ball in a quicker time, which Philip Rivers, he did really well with the Colts offense based off that way. So that'll probably be really good for Carson Wentz too. He'll probably thrive in that type of offense too, based off of the way he plays. Now some bad things or bad reasons why the Colts, this is a bad trade for the Colts, is what if Carson Wentz just doesn't work out? What if he just does what he did last year with the Eagles? What are they going to do in the quarterback situation? In my opinion, the Colts might have to draft a backup quarterback in the draft so that they just have a decent backup. Because what if Carson Wentz gets injured? What are they going to do? What if Carson Wentz just does completely awful? The Colts aren't going to do really good if Carson Wentz is injured or if he's doing awful. That's why they need a backup. They need a backup plan. Alright, that's going to sum up this video. So the Eagles, some pros for the Eagles is Carson Wentz didn't have a good season last year. He has a lot of injuries. He's not that good of a coachable player. And even if he rebounded back, it probably won't be enough to even contend for a title. The Eagles are paying him a lot. He fumbles a lot, he gets sacked, and he's not that accurate. And Hurts had a good rookie season. So it's good to base their franchise off of him now. And it's good that they traded him now rather than later, because if he didn't do good next season, then they're not going to get as good as a price that they did now for trading him now. And he's not that good of a team leader. And some cons are he could thrive somewhere else. He could do really good somewhere else. Or he could do really good with the Colts. He probably won't be as bad last year with the Colts for how bad their offensive line and wide receivers were based off of for the injuries they had. And we might struggle to find a replacement if Hurts doesn't work out or if Hurts gets injured. And some pros for the Colts is their offense is based off the ball getting off quicker, which is good for Carson Wentz. And some cons are, what if Carson Wentz doesn't work out or if he gets injured? What are the Colts going to do? I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.